I got called out.
Where?
So when I did the 1090 Jake interview, he was talking about his whole issue with Pino. They fought. It is what it is. But you'll recall that at one point, Pino was cool with this guy, Mighty Mouse. And they were running around LA doing God knows what together and, going to people's neighborhoods supposedly and trying to call them out, acting like, oh, where's so-and-so, whatever. After that, Pino stopped being cool with him because some shit came out that he had some shit on his name. It's not for me to speak on. I don't give a fuck. Okay. It has nothing to do with me. I've never spoke about it before. I don't give a shit.
That's respectful of you.
Pino stopped fucking with him. I'm just not even like educated. I don't even know what the fuck they accused him of. I don't see any reason to dig into it any deeper. But 1090 Jake spoke about him on his show and on here and basically said some stuff about him. I barely said anything back because, this is it's like when it comes to all these different internet personalities, it's like a lot of them I choose to just not interact with. Okay. I'm just not going to really talk about you. I'm not going to make you part of this whole little circus. It's kind of like you have to rise to a certain level. Usually me interviewing you or whatever, where then I start like kind of talking about you and stuff. I never got to that level with the Mighty Mouse guy.
What does he do like on YouTube?
He fights and he sets up fights.
Okay.
So he's a big old like steroid head,
he was super
red
buff.
veins sticking out of his fucking dome, bowling ball looking ass. And that's his whole thing is he like sets up fights between people. I don't know if he does it anymore. He said he lives in Vegas. I thought he lived in Florida. But he made a whole video just calling me out, letting me know that he would whoop my ass. He was mostly talking to the Mighty Mouse guy, yeah.
All right.
Acting like everybody's pussy because people want to talk about guns and shit. Nobody wants to fight him. And I'm just watching this thinking, number one, I never said shit about you. So I don't know why the fuck you're bringing me into this.
He just mad because Jake was on here.
Pino hit me up and said, hey, just so you know, this, and this about what Jake said about me, but I saw the way that you handled it and you weren't really getting into it or whatever, and I respect that.
Very rational.
Because when I have somebody talking crazy shit about somebody on the show, a lot of times I find myself sort of sitting there and it's like, I don't want to laugh. I don't want to jump out the window and be all fucking, you're right. He's guilty. He did this. I don't give a fuck. And especially, like I said, when it's somebody that I don't even fucking talk about in the first place, like the Mighty Mouse dude, it's like, I'm going to let Jake say what he want to say about him, but I'm not really hopping in on it. I might have giggled a little bit too much for Mighty Mouse. I don't fucking know.
Who cares?
But either way, it's like, why does he just think that he gets to turn this into a fight thing where it's like everybody wants to hear you talk about how tough you are? It's like nobody gives a fuck how tough you are, you fucking weirdo.
And you can't fight a bullet anyway. So
and then you gotta think too, Adam, he's a fighter. You're like BMX podcaster.
Not a fighter.
Exactly. So I don't understand why people be thinking you about to be, bro, bring your ass up here. I'm gonna knock your ass out.
Bro, where you at?
What the fuck are y'all thinking, bro?
You really think that I got to the point where I'm at now, where I have a bunch of people, like literally dozens of people, and that's not even to include my kid and my girl, but like dozens of people who earn enough money from their job to fucking live and to like have a whole thing going on for various reasons. I'm not trying to toot my own horn at all, because they all contribute to this brand and do a lot to fucking add value to the brand. It's not like I'm just fucking giving out charity to people or anything like that. But why would you think that I would get to this point in my life and then go and fight somebody who clearly has next to nothing to live for? Like
his whole thing would be to try to fucking rip your head off. Because what the fuck else?
Like, why would I? Like, I don't put myself out there as a fighter. If I was, I would probably fight some people that were less swollen and red and engorged as you. And why are you talking about people being pussies when you are literally injecting testosterone into your ass for years and years and years? Your testicles are never gonna work the same way again. I've dipped and dabbled. I've stuck a little bit of testosterone into my ass before, and I understand why he likes it so much that he keeps doing it, and then he likes being fucking ballooned up like a motherfucker. Jada Pinkett, stop it. But I'm just saying, you've been spending thousands of dollars your whole life copping synthetic horse testosterone, putting your own ball sack in danger. And then you're going to say, I'm a pussy because I'm just going to shoot you and not fight you. I mean, this doesn't really add up to me. Like, I've chosen my path. I'm not going to fight you, especially when you've been digging needles into your ass, blowing yourself up. Who knows what human growth hormone, whatever the fuck other shit you're on, bro. It's like, and why? That's the whole thing about it. I can understand somebody injecting that much steroids when you're a wrestler or a MMA fighter, a boxer, or you're a fucking model or a bodybuilder. You're not even fighting nobody. You're just kicking it around the house. You're spending all that money on gear just to kick it around the crib. That's like a girl getting a BBL to work at Shaw's.
Bro.
This is the grocery store I grew up. I apologize. I just dipped into New England mode for a second there.
It was like Shaw's.
I mean, getting that big to do nothing with yourself, like you ain't modeling for nobody. Like you're just like a regular dude.
He's getting swole to come try to fade you.
You getting swole to just talk, just to threaten people on YouTube, really, when you think about it. And again, I don't want to get into any of the specifics with his shit. I don't care about whatever fuck you got into. I'm not trying to make this about that. But you made a whole video threatening 1090 Jake and me. And at no point in the video did you try to deny at all that you were involved in Lord knows what with this young ass girl that you were accused of doing this shit with. If I were you, that would be at the forefront of my mind, is to kind of correct the record and say, well, I didn't really do this, or you're taking this out of context, you're saying this, and this, whatever. Like, and I'm not even trying to make it about that.
It kind of makes you look guilty, though.
But when you make a whole video threatening the podcast host and you don't respond to the actual claim that was made about you, I feel like it's kind of on you to clear that up in the first place, Mr. Swollen Steroid Face. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the fuck this guy's thinking. Like, but that's all like 1090 Jake's saying. He's like, he made his content about what was going on in the world, the news, the streets, etc. It's not about him. He doesn't really do videos about himself anymore.
He used to, though.
And as a result, there's a lot of YouTubers who've kind of been left by the wayside because they were never able to evolve past, I was in prison and this happened. I saw this fight. I saw this fool get fucked in the ass. That shit only gonna last you so long because it's like prison is like the most interesting thing in the world, but it's also the most boring thing in the world because
after a certain
once you
point,
tell your top 5 stories, you got nothing left, right?
Yeah. Damn, you know what? I kind of almost felt like that about even doing this show because I repeat the same stories all the time. So I'm like, honestly, if anything, no, I'm not gonna say
that's
that.
why it's just have me here to just sort of tether you back to reality a little bit.
Let me tap in on the Mighty Mouse stuff quick, bro. Like, I'm Kiki. I don't know if you watching, man. I'm security too. Like, let's leave that shit alone, fam. Like, for real. Like, my bro is a fucking podcaster, bro. You claim to be a fighter. Okay, cool. But leave this shit alone. This internet shit ain't cool. You feel me? Because somebody could really end up hurt. And that shit ain't cool.